Hi, cuties. I am Lanikia, and you are watching Lanikia TV. Y'all know I got a new channel. Well, I had to, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, please. I know there's a 10-second delay, because I'm on StreamYard. So let me get this going. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. Hi, Pam. Thank you so much for joining. Queen of the South, thank you so much for joining. Miss Mariah, thank you so much for joining. Hey, let me get started. I missed the last chat. I was out for my birthday, the big 6. Oh, happy belated birthday. That's nice. You got to go out and everything for it. Congratulations on your birthday. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you, Nikki, for all you do. We love you. Thank you so much, Pam. I love you guys as well. You guys have been the best in this whole process. Oh my goodness, it's been a process. And every time I get something else, and then in the channel, I'm having to weed out because I try to keep my comments on lock. I hope my internet is not betraying me. Y'all tell me if I'm breaking up. But I try to keep my comments on lock, but sometimes people will filter in. Tell me if my internet, if I'm breaking up, because I might have to hardwire in because I'm on my Wi-Fi right now. But it's been a week. It's been a week. I'm sorry. Let me go up. I'm trying to get to everyone. Oh, okay. Hi, Orange is the new Orange. Miss Mariah, Queen of the South. Freddie, thank you so much for joining. Freddie, I didn't know you were over on this channel. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Nikesha. Nikesha's been on this channel. So when I was trying to work on it, then I stopped trying to work on it. I was like, child, this is too much. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Pam. I know, Queen. I was trying to tell everyone. I was trying to post because it wouldn't let me upload videos. So I was like, let me just try to post. But the post doesn't get out, like it's supposed to. It doesn't reach like a video would. So then I just went in and I was like, people that I know comment a lot, or that you watch all the time. I was like, let me just try to reach out to them and let them know. So thank you so much for coming over. Hi, KK's Connections. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, you watch all the soaps. All right, guys. This is our general. What happened here? This is our general hospital review. Oh no, I don't want that. Y'all, did y'all see this? Did y'all see Yes, I told you I was gonna get dressed. I put on my paparazzi jewelry. I said, let me put these old braids up because I'm getting my hair redone this weekend. My sister's gonna do it for me. But I said, let me put these old braids up. And this is Old Faithful. My dress, like I wear it to, like if I have a special event, I'm like, oh, let me throw on this dress. Like, it's not over, you don't have to overly dress for it. So I was like, yes. And then the wedding wasn't even a day. It was more like, I'm in the getting dressed part of it, but whatever. All right, let's see what Freddie said. I was so relieved when I saw the church for Curtis and Portia's wedding because I was like, I hope it will not be at the house. The church is better because of a soap opera wedding drama. Yes, yes, yes. I was relieved about that as well. I really was hoping that it would be at, in because at first I thought it was going to be in the house, and I was like, we do not want to see a wedding like that. I don't know what y'all are thinking, but to have it the way it was, I was really excited. Y'all, when I tell you, I feel like I am going to this wedding. One, because I always like because Portia and Curtis, they have storylines, but it's kind of like off to the side. They'll be included in someone else's storyline. Like if Portia's a doctor and she has to do that, or Curtis like had the storyline with Marshall, and even with Aunt Stella and Jordan and divorce, it's like it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. But I do like when they're all together. So I'm loving the storyline with all of them involved. And being an American who happens to be Black, I love seeing them on the screen. Oh yeah. I saw a no wedding on YouTube. Yeah, it's not the wedding. It's the they're getting dressed for the wedding. So they're getting ready for the wedding. Yes, Spring, like I know Spencer and Trina are cute. Baby, when she was making Portia, you have to say. Um Nikisha, did you finish your thought? Oh, on General Hospital, on the people cover. It's really nice. We're gonna get in it. We're gonna get into it, Pam, because this is a General Hospital review. Congratulations to Spencer and Trina being on the front cover of People magazines next to the legendary soap super couples, the one and only Luke and Laura. Exactly. When I saw this cover, I was like, wait a minute, is that Trina and Spencer? Is this gonna be our next like super couple? I mean, Laura and Luke, they're not together, but still, like, we'll ride with them for a few years now, especially if they go ahead and make them together. But those two, when they get together, it's really cute. So yeah, this is the cover for it. I guess I can make it in. Yeah, she says she loves Spencer and Trina together. All right, y'all. So let's get into this. Okay, so first of all, we see Nina as well as Sonny, right? So we see Nina and Sonny. They're in the hospital. Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I am tripping because I said I was going to bring people up. You know what? They might have stopped my other channel for right now. We're still in back and forths and everything. But everything that I had planned on that channel, I am still going to do on this channel, because at the end of the day, I was blessed to still have this channel, have it in the, wings, because I had been saying that I had it, but I had stopped working on it because honestly, the other channel had started doing so much that I had stopped working on this channel. So, at the end of the day, God is always good. And if I ask for it, he's always blessed me for anything I've ever wanted. So God is good, and we're just going to keep going on this channel, and I'm still going to run it just like I was over in the other channel. And even though I still have people like trying to spam my comments on this channel, I'm just blocking them, and we'll just see what happens. But it did teach me one thing, and that is that I do not need to just be on YouTube. So I'm going I'm trying to work on it this month. I have a few things because I'm going back and forth. My mother is moving and everything. So that's one of the reasons I wasn't here on Monday, because we're trying to get everything done with that. And I had an appointment in East Texas. I live in Houston. In East Texas, that's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive, depending on how you drive it. So, and then I'm doing that this weekend, and I'll probably have to do it one day next week. But come March, I'm going to be on multiple platforms, because I can't just depend on this one, especially if I need to get out and reach out to you guys and let you know what's going on. So let me see. Okay, so if you were one of those people, here it goes, because I'm like, I've never done this before, guys, so bear with me, because y'all know I am the editor, the producer, and the talent. So if you are wanting to be one of those people to actually get on and do a live, I will Pam, let me see if I'm missing comments. I'm sorry. Did I say hi to Sandy? Because I was doing a lot of talking. Hi, Sandy. Orange is a new orange. Thank you for joining. Hi, Jane Doe. Thank you so much for joining. Here is the link. Let me see if I can pin this. If you are wanting, wait a minute. Y'all bear with me. Oh, no, don't put me in timeout. Here is the link. If you are actually wanting to get on and share your thoughts, you're going to have to come to, you're going to be in the backstage, and then when you want to share, you can. There is the link that you can use to join, and it should tell me when you guys are wanting to go on it. And all right, let me see. My mom, that's my mama. She says, "Good evening, all no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Amen." And Freddie says, now I understand why Weeping Willow hates Nina, because Nina was a bully to her from the beginning, ever since Willow was Charlotte's teacher. But now the girl got weeks left and left a living still angry. Exactly. So Nina and Sonny, right? So Nina and Sonny are doing this whole thing where they're still at the hospital. She is trying to decide if she wants to, if they're going to go to this wedding, because this is the wedding everybody's been talking about. She's really good friends with Curtis. She told him she was going to make it, but this is before Willow was sick. And I said, girl, you could go to this wedding, because they're honestly not updating you. Carly is the only one updating anyone, and she's updating Sonny, not you. So you really can't go to this wedding. But she feels a certain type of way about, I don't know, should I go or not? And I'm like, girl, go ahead and go. Go ahead and go to the wedding. So then we see Michael and Willow. Now Willow has been telling Michael for the past few weeks. She's been trying to tell him for months, actually, I need to talk to you about what is going on, right? We need to have a game plan, because if something happens to me, okay, Sandy, thank you so much for joining. Give me just a second, and then I'm going to add you in. If something happens to me, you need to know, like, we need to know what's going to happen. We need to, I need to give you my last wishes. And Michael doesn't want to hear it, but honestly, he might have been more receptive to it had Willow went ahead and been upfront about what was going on. He might have been more prepared. Y'all know Michael is not my favorite, but he has taken a lot in when it comes to this. Pam, your device is not connected. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for joining. Do you have anything to add as far as Nina and Sonny, or Willow and Michael?
For Willow, please stop crying. I can't take it. She cries every episode. I know poor baby is dying, but she wasn't dying last year, the year before that. But she's still crying.
I know. I mean, we do call her Weeping Willow.
Yes. But I don't want to start on Nina.
I know. That's my girl, Sandy.
I know you love your Nina, but I've tried to like her. It's just so hard. She makes it very hard, which shows you Cynthia Watros is a great actress, because she's made everybody hate that character. But no, I just can't deal with Nina, and she just too pushy and overbearing. Just stay away from Willow for a while.
Now, I do have to say, and y'all let us know if we're getting any feedback. But I do have to say, I agree with that. That it is a little like, Nina is my girl, and I love me some Nina, but it sometimes she is a little overbearing when it comes to Willow. Thank you so much, Crystal and Lashanta for joining. What is it, Mama? But she can be overbearing, and sometimes you just want to let it go. Sometimes you just want her to let it go, give it a break, give it a minute, and let Willow process everything. But yeah, so I completely agree with that. I'm sorry, I had to mute you so we wouldn't get double feedback.
That may be me. My computer is broken on me, and I'm on a tablet. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll log off and get back in the chat.
Okay, thank you so much for joining tonight, Sandy.
Good to talk to you.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Rewind 214. Thank you so much for joining. If there is anyone, oh, I'm sorry. If there is anyone else in the chat and you have thoughts as we're going through this review, the link, I believe I put it. Um, let me see. Let me drop the link again because I don't know how to pin it. Y'all know when it comes to technology, I'm a little challenged sometimes, but we're gonna get through this. Here's the link if you want to join and give your thoughts as well. Uh, um, Thank you so much again, Sandy, for joining. All right, guys. So rewind mine 214. Thank you. Aaron, thank you so much for joining as well. So that's Willow and Michael. He does not want to give he doesn't want to have this conversation with her because he's still getting over he's everything is just hitting him all at once, but he still can manage to still want to go against Sonny. So I mean, I don't feel too bad for him. Okay. So Michael leaves out of the room because the nurses need to check on Willow, right? And so then we see that Nina comes in because she tells Sonny there's something I can do for Willow. I don't know why Nina did this. As a Nina fan, sometimes you just are just like, Nina, stop. Nina, stop. Please stop doing this. But she gets back she goes to see Willow and she has this necklace. First of all, Willow is very angry at Nina still. And I said, girl, you are dying. You still want to hold on to all this anger? Like, I get it. I get why why Willow is the way she is towards Nina. Their relationship at one point, it was kind of, it was just they could tolerate each other, and it's just deteriorated over the last few months. But as of right now, it's like you're dying and you have a lot of anger, but I understand it. So Nina's trying to tell her, um you know I came to see you because I wanted to give you something, and I'm sorry I couldn't be it didn't work out with the baby and the stem cells. I'm sorry I couldn't be a match for you with the bone marrow. And Willow is just like, it's not about you. And I said, well, I don't think she was making it about her, but if we want to say this, let's move on. And so Nina gives her this broken hearted keepsake piece. She gives it to her and she says, she had it and she always thought it was about her, but it wasn't about her. It was about the two babies that her mother had taken from her. And so she gives it to Willow she hands it to her. Willow turns her back and Nina leaves. And I'm like, I don't know what Nina is expecting. She already knows it's going to take Willow, even if Willow was not sick, it was going to take her a while to get used to even the thought of her being in this, her mother, especially the way Nina has treated her. But I'm sorry, Willow gets as good as she gets. So let's move on. We then see Michael and Willow talk, and she finally goes into her conversation with him about just what the next step should be, what he should do in regards to Amelia and Wiley, and what she want. And she says and he was like, well, what do you want? And she was like, marry me. I was like, okay, all right, we'll do that. And so then we see Sonny and Nina, and he asks her, how did everything turn out? And he already know it didn't probably turn out well, but he's like, okay, that's fine, but what we can do is go ahead and go home. And she said, or we could go to the wedding. She said, we don't have enough time to go to the wedding. And he says, oh, that's okay. I have you a dress. And I had Frank bring a dress for you, so you could change and we could go. I said, Sonny, she needs a bath. I'm one of those people. I took a bath tonight to get ready for this. Like, I was like, I need a fresh bath and to put on clothes and everything. Like, I'm one of those people that like, no, I got to be fresh when I go somewhere. But that's just me. So then we move on. Give me just a second. And we see Finn and Elizabeth. So when we see Finn and Elizabeth, he's like, why is Sonny co-signing? I don't know. I guess he's going through his relationship with Michael, and he sees her going through hers with Willow, but it's really not the same thing, because even the actor who plays Michael is just like, when is this gonna end? Like, I don't understand. He was like, I don't understand his anger towards Sonny so much. But so we see Elizabeth and Finn, y'all, and she is still wanting to turn herself in. I don't know why. I thought Elizabeth was gonna leave, like she was gonna let it go when she realizes Nicholas has probably left town. Plus, I also thought they would catch on that that is the same exact excuse that excuse me, Ava and Nicholas gave when they said Esme left town. I thought they were going to catch on to that, but they didn't. They were like, he's left town. And Finn says, well, this changes things. If he's left town and he's probably out of the country, you don't have to turn yourself in. But this girl still wants to turn herself in. She still wants to, she doesn't want to be the person who has to live with herself knowing what she did to Esme, and she wants to be a good example for her boys. I'm like, girl, you are going to be in prison. You can't be in any type of example for them, like if you're going to be in prison. But I get what she's saying. She wants them to, even when it's hard, do the right thing. And she tells Finn she just wants his support. She wants his support, and that the reason they had trouble when they were trying to date is because he always wanted to play hero. And that's the thing that I think maybe I didn't like about Finn. And the reason I didn't like him together with Elizabeth is because it always felt like he wanted to save her. He wanted to rescue her. And I'm like, Elizabeth, she can be strong. She can do this on her own. Esme, LaShanta says, Esme will tell it. Liz better talk to Scott. Yes, she should. She needs to talk to him, but she's good. Like, if she opens up and says what she's done, she's going to prison. So then Ava, knowing that Elizabeth is going to tell, is just like, Ava, knowing that oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to put this on the screen. If you want to join in, you have thoughts about the episode, you can join in and come up on the screen and share your thoughts. So she is still having I'm sorry, Pam. She calls Austin, right? And she tells him, get over here, because Elizabeth is going to rat us out. And then they're going to come and look at the North Tower and just the house, the Windermere. They're going to be, police are going to be all over Spoon Island. And when they do, they're going to figure out that Nicholas is here and he's dead, so we need to move this body. And so she's talking to him, trying to get him to understand. And he was like, wait, I thought we weren't going to do this. She was like, no, we need to move the body right now. And so then we see Spencer comes banging on the door. You don't want Liz to turn it in. Even though Carly and Sonny's daughter Donna was on yesterday, but the little actress that plays her is such a beautiful little kid. That is a cute little girl. Even though, so Spencer comes over, right? So Spencer comes over and he's just like, I need to talk to you about my father. And she was like, okay. And so he was like, he wants to talk to her alone. So Austin leaves and he was like, what's Dr. Gatlin doing here? And she was like, oh, we became close after my hooking and all that. And he was like, oh, okay. So after she talks to Spencer and he asks her what happened with Nicholas, and he said because it feels like he was coming here because he was upset. And she said he did come over. They got into this huge fight, and unfortunately she believes he's gone, he's left. And even though Spencer is upset with his dad, he was still upset to hear that, because it's just like, he left and he didn't say anything to me. And so Spencer, no matter how he feels about his dad, he still wanted that relationship. I mean, he's a teenager, we see him in these mature roles, but at the end of the day, he's still, he has to make, he's been to prison, all these different stuff, but he's still 19. And so she was like, he won't be fighting you for custody because, he's left the country. I said, Ava, this is just getting worse and worse. So you could tell that Spencer was hurt by that, but he was like, you know what? Good. If he ain't say goodbye to me, good riddance. So he ends up leaving. I'm sorry. Let me look in the chat. Okay. Finn is always telling Elizabeth what to do. She has a daddy she can't stand already. That's true. Orange is the new orange. And that's what she was saying when she said that's why they didn't work out. Ava out for self. She was so rude to Liz when she thought she slept with Nicholas, even threatened her. I mean, I probably would have been rude too if I thought you had slept with my husband, even if we are on the rocks. But I get what you're saying, yeah. Like, but yesterday she was being real nice to her because she was trying to get her to keep it under lock. Ava should have changed the locks, right? Because he came right on in. Nikki got away, and she goes to jail. Nika got away, and she goes to jail. Gets away, and she goes to jail. I think okay. Spencer is a little hurt little puppy. He was hurt by that Sandy. He was really hurt by what by. It's like, dang, he didn't even say goodbye to me. Ava telling Spencer his father left town sounded very convincing. Even Austin thought it sounded very true. I know, yeah. Like she was like, yeah, he just left. But I was like, why? Don't tell anybody. Just say he was real angry with me, and that was it. But everyone is like, we're trying to reach him, and they can't reach him. So what you need to do is get rid of their phone. Because I've watched enough ID Fatal Attraction for my man to know you get caught by the phone. I think I could get away with it. What if the body be gone when they get back? I thought the same thing. I thought the exact same thing. So Spencer ends up leaving, right? So Austin and Ava talk. Let me read Nakisha's real quick. Spencer looked so sad when he said he left without saying goodbye. He did. He looked like he was really hurt when he said that. All right, so Spencer leaves, right? Spencer, he leaves, and so Austin comes out, and he was like, "Girl, I believe that he had left or whatever." And so she said, "Okay, so we got to get rid of the body." And he said, "Listen, Ava, you're panicking too much. Like, you need to calm down." He said, "It's broad daylight. What if your handsome stepson that came when we were trying to move the body, because he had a key, he came right on in. What if all of this would have happened? What would you have done? We can't move this body in broad daylight, girl. We have to wait. We have to wait for for the dark of night, move the body." And he said, "And you got to stop being so rash about this." And so she was like, "Oh God, okay, you're right." And he said, "Plus, you're supposed to be at the wedding. They're going to ask, why didn't you come to this wedding?" And she was like, "You're right, you're right." So Ava goes and she gets dressed, right? And she comes back, and I said, "Baby, she is gorgeous in this." She had on like this purple outfit. It was like a dress, and it was long and flowing. It was gorgeous. So she comes out, and Austin was like, "You look good, girl." And then she tells him, "Okay, let's go." And he said, "Oh, I was just gonna stay here." I said, "What?" "What?" He said, "No, I was just gonna stay here." I said, "When I leave, everybody in the house has to leave." And so she told him, "I don't trust you." I said, "I really am not trusting Austin either, but I like the chemistry between these two. So we're gonna see how it works out." There you go. Yes. So we're gonna see how that works out. Victor won't believe it. I don't think he will either, LaShanta. Yeah, let's just go to jail, and Nico gets away. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because it would be like Nicholas got away with it, but even though Ava murdered him, but it would look like he got away with it, and then Elizabeth has to be the one to pay for the crimes. Wait a minute. Sandy Nicholas is coming back and join Ryan um, in his quest for Ava. Oh, okay. Yes, okay. Somebody's looking at Freddie. Hello, Nikki, and everyone with love. Thank you so much for joining, Melanie. I can believe that Nicholas might be gone by the time Ava and Austin come back to Windermere after the wedding. Exactly, because they're leaving the house. And I said, Austin is a doctor. He said he was dead. But did Austin actually go in and check the body? Does anybody remember that? I can't remember if because I know she had locked it, but did he actually go in and check the body? Austin and Ava are now partners in crime. Exactly. I think Victor already found Nicholas' body, and that's how the Cassadines got Windermere back. He might. The Cassadines get Windermere back. He might have, because he has a key to get around too. Portia sharp for the non-wedding. Oh Lord. Right, Elizabeth is super leave her kids. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so TJ and Jordan, right? So now we see TJ and Jordan, and they're at the hospital. He's still getting, she's like, why aren't you? She's going in for some checkups, and she's like, why aren't you being doing your duties? He said, well, I'm still a resident, so I have to put in these hours, right? And so she was like, okay. And they talk about, the wedding and everything, and he asks her how she's doing. I said, would y'all please stop asking Portia how she's doing about Curtis and get this girl a man to come on this soap, please? But I digress. So we see that she's like, she's good. She just wants Curtis to be happy. And he says, well, Aunt Stella not gonna make it to the wedding. I said, wait a minute, because the timeline is not timing for me. Because remember when Portia and Aunt Stella talked, right? And they said we're going to get a DNA test, and we need this test before the wedding. Is that what Aunt Stella's doing? Because she's telling them she doesn't feel well, but teacher says, but you know how Aunt Stella is, so it could be that all she's doing is she blames herself for how she felt towards Portia and Curtis getting back together. And Jordan was like, yeah, she's hard to everyone, but she lets that kind of stuff go. And they say, well, maybe it's her sickness that she feels like she doesn't want to go. This excuses wasn't making any sense to me, but I said, okay, we're gonna ride with it. But Jordan tells TJ, I'm good. I just want Curtis to be happy. Our marriage broke up because I lied to him and he couldn't forgive the lies. But it was about her job, and she just it just didn't work for them. But she's happy for him, and she just wants him to have happiness. She's not going to the wedding because she's not that happy for him, I guess. I would have liked to see her there with a date. That's what I would have liked to see, but okay. Pam says, I wonder that too, Nikki. I never saw Austin check. I'm sorry. Let me get to these comments. I'm trying to do them between I watched next week's episode of Young and Restless. It's good. Oh, normally I do that. I'm probably going to watch it this weekend and post a video to drop Monday. Because, hi, Karen Boom Boom. Thank you so much for joining. Finn and Liz said Peter was dead. Yes. Terry was absolutely stunning at the wedding. Yes, she looked gorgeous. Like, I couldn't get over her. She looked really pretty. Yes. Aunt Stella isn't going to sit on her hands. I don't think so either, Pam. Portia is gorgeous in that dress, but God, strike her down for the truth about Trina paternity and possible Curtis being the biological father, right? And then last comment I'm going to look at is orange, and then we're going to finish the review. Stella is going to do something, but Jordan wants to tell Curtis so bad. Sandy, if Jordan don't sit down somewhere and be pretty, like, no, stop. Like, she does. She wants to tell so bad. Jordan is one messy bird. Yes. Freddie should know. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go to the next slide because Jordan not going to this wedding. So then we see Taggart and Laura, and she's there to officiate because Stella won't do it. So she's like, okay, well, I'll do it. And so then we see Taggart is there, and he's there early to check on security and all that stuff. And yeah, that's it. Let's move on from them. So then we go to Drew, Marshall, and Curtis, right? And so they're in their tux. They look really nice. They're all dressed up, and Drew said, we didn't give you a bachelor party. I said, well, he proposed to the girl while he was in the pool. I'll never get over that. I thought she deserved more than that. So let's not act like we're just going all out for these things anyway. So bachelor party wasn't needed. So a bachelor party wasn't needed for any of that anyways. And Curtis says, I'm too old for a bachelor party. I'm sorry, y'all, if you're hearing Mila in the background. He says, I'm too old for a bachelor party anyways. Okay. So then they're all talking and they're congratulating Curtis. They're saying, he says he's not nervous. He's marrying the woman of the love of his life, the woman of his dreams. So he can't be nervous when he's going to be so happy with her. So, okay. And so, Drew leaves and he brings back Drew leaves and this gives Curtis, my bad, I didn't put Curtis. This gives Curtis and Marshall a chance to talk, and Marshall just lets him know he's so happy. He never in a million years dreamed that they would be actually able to have this moment between each other. And again, if you have any thoughts as we're going through, there's the link you can join on join me up here on StreamYard. You don't have to get on screen. You could just just use your picture like Sandy did. But anyways, so he's just telling him, I'm so excited to, share this moment with you. And I don't know. So I see the comments and some people be like, I don't like Marshall and he can't act and this and that. But I like him. He reminds me of my uncles and my cousins that, I grew up seeing. So I don't mind him. But anyways, Drew came and he brought some scotch and Curtis was like, no, I'm going to get the good kind. So Drew and Marshall have a chance to speak, and Drew apologizes to Marshall again for anything that he's done to him that, made him feel, when he was doing the investigation and he was doing all that digging and he lied about having a job for Marshall just so he could try to get his personal information and run a background check and all of that. So, and Marshall said, that is water under the bridge. We're over that. We're not going to do that anymore. It's fine. And so because of that, he tells Drew, but what I do need you to do for me is that I haven't had an episode in years, but if I do have an episode, what I need you to do is like get me out of there, because the last thing I want to do is mess up this wedding. That's the very last thing I want to do. And so Drew agrees. He said, I'll leave. Let's look at the comments. I see it was nice for Portia to invite Spencer to the non-wedding. Yes. What, ma'am? How many snacks are you trying to eat? When Spencer arrived at the wedding and he and Trina was just smiling at each other, I was like, yes, Spencer, get your boo. Yeah, it was cute. Those two are so cute. Okay, Drew, are you going to apologize every time? I guess so. They got to give him some kind of storyline. Okay, so then TJ makes it, right? So when TJ comes in, he speaks to Curtis and he just tells them, Jordan is not going to make it, but she wishes him the best. She just wants him to be happy, and he says he understands that, but she's not going to be able to make it. And then TJ just tells him he's sad Aunt Stella couldn't be there, but they both say it's probably because of her sick, how she's been a little bit how she was having her spells. And so they were like, but everything's gonna be fine. And TJ is like, I'm very happy for you, with Portia, and we love you in the family, and it's just expanding. And so TJ's just happy for him, and that's what it is, y'all. They're celebrating, they're doing their little grooms thing and getting drinks, and they're all together having a drink, and that's it. Let's move on. So then we go to Curtis and Taggart, right? We go to Curtis and Taggart, and Taggart said, Curtis, I need to talk to you. I said, Taggart, this is not the place. And Curtis told Taggart, this is not the place or the time to do all of this. But he says, no, I want to talk to you about, you coming on. And he says, because you're going to be a part of Trina's life, right? Because Taggart is Trina's dad. He said, and I just, all that stuff that happened in the past, that's water under the bridge. I mean, because it really wasn't Curtis' fault. He didn't know Portia was married. She was the one lying. But he was just like, that's water under the bridge. But I just want to let you know that we're, man to man, he does like the fact that, Curtis will be looking after Portia and Trina, making sure they're all good as well. It was it turned out to be a nice conversation. It was cute. I like Taggart being real. Right. It was a nice conversation, but between those two, where he was just letting them know, like, I like the fact. I know those, some of those YouTube things, they don't always show all of it. I don't know if you could watch General Hospital on ABC. If you have Hulu, you should be able to get it, because that's how I watch it. Like if I miss it during the like when it's live, then I'll just watch it on Hulu later on. Okay. So then we have Portia, right? Wait a minute. LaShanta said, where Molly at? Mm. You know they only show them together once every few months. Uh, they only show them together once every few months. All right. So the important. Okay, so y'all, we get to this wedding. What at the church? All right. So Portia is there and she's getting ready, and that was a really pretty robe she had on, right? But she is thinking about what Jordan told her when Jordan was like, don't you want to unburden yourself? I said, say, Jordan, this is what people be talking about. When she had told her, don't you want to unburden yourself? You want to really start your marriage off with a lie? Now, I agree with Jordan, but I think I agree with Jordan, but this is up to Portia if she wants to start this marriage off with a lie or not. And so this is weighing heavy on her mind. I'm like, girl, you can't get to your wedding day and then decide that I'm going to grow a country. You better walk down this aisle and let somebody else break this wedding up for you, because I want to see the drama. So then Jocelyn comes in, and I said, wait a minute, Jocelyn is Trina's friend. Why does Portia have no friends that can come in with her? And so she tells Jocelyn, where's Trina? And she says, oh, she's here. She's on the phone. So Trina out here on the phone being all grown, talking to Spencer, and she's telling him about, oh, I thought you was gonna come up to the to the rehearsal dinner, because remember he came, but he didn't make himself known. He came, he saw her dancing, having a good time with her family, and then he left. And he was like, yeah, but I didn't want to make it about me. And I didn't want to take away from the happiness of the bride and the groom and all that by being a distraction, right? Um, so she was like, oh, okay, look at you trying to be a true, maybe you can be a father. Y'all, it was cute. But then again, I think it's cute because I like these two together, and I like that they're not rushing them. Let me get into some of them. The actor that plays Marshall, he's a talented and outstanding actor. I agree as well. Spencer. Hi, Lakeisha. Thank you so much for joining. Spencer had his tux ready. Yes, he did. He was like, I'm just waiting on the word. Okay, so that's it. And so as they're doing that, Portia actually opens the door, and she sees Trina being all giddy talking to Spencer, right? And so they all come in, and Jocelyn says, well, I'm going to go and make sure everything is going fine, and make sure Laura knows about everything. She was like, Trina, you sure you don't want to speak? And then Trina was like, you got to go speak to Cam's grandmother at some time. And she was like, okay. But they also gave her oh, shoot, I forgot to add, oh, shoot. Oh, no, I didn't. She was like, you gotta speak to her at some point, so go on and speak to her. And she was like, okay. And so then Portia and Trina talk, right? So when Portia and Trina are talking, she just tells her mom that she's happy for her, and she's happy about everything, the wedding. And Portia was just like, she thanks her for being there. And then she tells her, well, since Aunt Stella is not coming, there is room at the table for one other guest at the main table. And she was like, oh, really? Well, if you want to bring a friend. And Trina was like, I'm already bringing a friend, Mama. Jocelyn's going to be there. Sorry, I need some water. Jocelyn's gonna be there. And she was like, yes, but you could bring another friend, maybe a date. And she was like, who would I bring? And I said, you gonna make her say it? And Portia was like, oh, so you gonna make me say it? She said, yes, I'm gonna make you say it. And she was like, girl, you can invite Spencer. And she was like, I'll think about it. Girl, go on and get on this phone and invite that boy. You know you want to. Pam says, love Spencer. When I saw the Curtis and Taggart scene, I was just shaking my head saying, my dream is not your child. Man, Trina is not your child. She is not. And that's going to be a whole mess. So the sermon will actually start on 2/14. That's the date on the invitation. Okay. Either way, we'll be going live for it because I'm here for this whole wedding. I've been waiting and waiting on this. I'm going to be going live for it. Didn't Portia plant seeds like Jordan didn't file the divorce papers because she still wants him? Come through, Jordan. Oh, Lord, don't come through. Don't you listen to her, Jordan. You stay away because Curtis is going to find a way to turn this around on you. All of the women's dresses were beautiful. Yes, I thought Trina and Josh looked really young and flirty. And I was like, that's cute. Like they didn't make them put on some like older, looking dress. Pam says, love Spencer and Trina. The way Trina and Spencer looked at each other was priceless. Okay. I said, Make me relive you through y'all. Come on. So anyway, so she said, I'm gonna think about it. So, anyways, so Terry arrives, and you are right, Nikisha. Terry's dress was gorgeous, but Terry is, she's thin and she's really tall, so it's not much she's not gonna put on, and it doesn't look great on her. But she was really gorgeous. And so they tell her, come on out here, Terry. Come out and not Terry, come on out here, Portia. Come on. Trina's telling her, come out here, Mom. I want to see you in your wedding dress. So Portia comes out, and she has her she comes out and she has on her wedding dress, and it's pretty. It's pretty. She has the body for it. It was long. I like the top. I like the cut of the dress. It was a really pretty dress. And she straightened her hair, she had her makeup done, she looked gorgeous. So everybody looked really pretty on the wedding, so they're like super excited. And so they start giving something old, something new, something blue. And then for something blue, Trina gave her this like old medical token, and she said it reminded her when she did her paper on this a professor who was the first Black woman. And so she saw it and she thought of Portia, and she's giving it to her because that woman inspired her, and Portia is an inspiration to her. It was a sweet moment, y'all, and so she gives her that. So let's move on. Oh, sorry. So then we see Portia, excuse me. So then we see Trina and yes, okay, I'm sorry. My photos get messed up. Sorry. So we see Trina and Jocelyn, right? And Jocelyn told Trina, well, I don't have a date for this wedding either, because Jocelyn is dating Dex. Well, she can't be seen with Dex, so she doesn't have a way for the wedding, right? So she doesn't have a date for the wedding because she can't be seen with Dex. And Trina said, girl, speak for yourself. I got a man. He's coming. And she was like, who is your date for the wedding? And then we see Spencer come through, right? And he comes in, and he and Trina start looking at each other. I said, it's cute. It's real cute. Let's see what Freddie says. Nikki, your girl Nina, for the next preview of Mama, they're going to be messy, saying to Drew. Also, is Carly showing up too, or are you solo for this occasion? For those of us who like Nina, sometimes she makes it hard. Like, girl, leave these people alone sometimes. But Trina was just like, girl, speak for yourself, Jocelyn. I got a date coming. And so Spencer shows up, and we see them being all lovey-dovey, right? And so then Portia is in the room by herself, and she's thinking about what Jordan has said. And the next thing you know, Jordan showed up. I said, Jordan, what are you doing? Leave this woman alone. Why? Why are you being this much of a busybody? If this girl don't want to tell who the father of her child is, that is on her. If you're not going to say nothing, leave this girl alone. Okay, I hope we get another "You Look Beautiful" from Spencer. All right, it was cute. Come through, Jordan. LaShanta. I see. I don't want Jordan to be the person to reveal the whole secret, but if she gonna interrupt this wedding and reveal it, I'm here for that. I never liked Nina, but I know I have compassion for her. Right. I get that, because a lot of people don't like Nina, but then some people are like, I don't like her, but I feel sad that every time she has a child, like, she loses her child. So I get that. And I think that's it, y'all. Yep. That is what happened on General Hospital today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this review. Jordan loves some Curtis. That's what it is, Sandy. She loves Curtis so much that she showed up at this wedding. I said, girl, what are you doing? This had nothing to do with you. It had absolutely nothing to do with you. There was no reason for you to come to this wedding. And if you was gonna come, and this is just me, but if you were going to come to this wedding, why are you not dressed up? Why didn't you wear something real cute and do so? Because she's a pretty girl. So if you're gonna come to it knowing you about to blow up a spot, be Give a shoulder for him to cry on while you wearing something cute. Jordan will look bitter if she tells. That's exactly why I don't want her to tell, Nola. That's exactly why I don't want her to tell. Because I'm like, you're gonna look so bitter if you tell what's going on. And I don't even think Curtis will. He's gonna be ticked because he's gonna wonder how long have you known, and then it's gonna come out about Stella. But I don't know. She might not read out on Stella, but Stella knows this too. Maybe she's getting the DNA test. I don't know because General Hospital will say something and then let it go. Curtis been treating Jordan like dirt. I hate the fact that he acts like he's just so. Because every time he'll talk about the wedding, oh, I'm sorry, did I hurt your feelings? Sir, you're not about to do her like that. I think Nina's trying now. I think she is too. She's trying. She's just gonna have to wait on Willow to open up and accept it. But see, then Nina is bitter at Carly. So she's gonna find out that Drew and Carly are messing around. I think she's gonna call the SEC on them. I hope she doesn't, but I believe that's where the storyline is going because they always manage to bring that up. They never let that one go. I wonder if someone will overhear Portia and Jordan. Ooh, could it be Taggart? You think Taggart might overhear? Or Trina? Or Jocelyn? I don't know, y'all. Aunt Stella is going to show up and tell. I think so too. I think because Aunt Stella been wanting to tell, and the fact that she's like, I can't even come to this wedding because I can't do it. Because she had said I can't officiate this, and she had tried to tell Jordan she wasn't gonna be able to do it, but Jordan was like, "Girl, you better get out there and do this because we don't know. Well, somebody needs to do a DNA test." I thought Portia was gonna do one. Yeah, she's in the background. I think Curtis will marry Portia anyway, and this will backfire on Jordan. I hope Jordan stays out of it. That's my hope. I know people are like, I want Jordan to tell, but my hope is that she completely stays out of this. Karen, I think, okay, you're talking about her. Jordan shouldn't have showed up. She already reminded Portia numerous times already that should have been enough. Exactly. You've told her several times that you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't go through this wedding. So at this point, if you're not going to be the one to go and tell Curtis, why are you bothering this woman on her wedding day? That's what I can't stand. Ugh. Right, Nikki. That will cause conflict with Sonny because he asked Nina not to go after Carly. He did. He did ask her not to go after Carly, and she's just acting like, and I get it. You're upset with Carly, but at this point, you're trying to build a relationship with Willow. Willow loves Carly, so let it go. Like sometimes you have to eat something that maybe you don't want to. So at this point, let it go. Let it go. Right. Someone will hear them arguing or walk in on them. That's true. That's true. I don't know, some kind of way this wedding, I don't think this wedding is going to go through. And if it does and there's no fireworks, Nikki is going to be disappointed because this is the whole reason I want to see this. Tell them and tell it then, not later. Exactly. Tell it, Jordan. Curtis has left her for lies and put Portia up on a pedestal. Now, I didn't like that about Curtis because it was always like he was looking down on Jordan, and he would always talk about how good Curtis should have figured this out himself because Jordan been making sly comments and sly remarks. So I don't understand how he didn't figure out that Portia was lying about something. But the fact that Portia is lying and sitting there looking real pretty in that wedding dress, about to walk down the aisle, like, girl, don't do this. Don't do this. Nina can't help herself. I know. I think Nina's trying. All right, guys, that's all I have. Y'all know I try to keep these to an hour, and this is supposed to be just a review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for joining the channel as well. If I haven't let you know, or if you don't know, I do truly appreciate you all for watching the reviews, liking, commenting, everything, sharing. I appreciate you all for that. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, blessed weekend. And I will see you Monday for all new episodes of What Happened on the Soaps. Again, thank you so much for watching. Good night.